Hi friends, this is Sophie Orozco and welcome to my channel. In my channel, I talk about all things marriage and relationship, giving you real marriage advice that you can implement, especially if your marriage is falling apart. I can really relate to what you're going through. I went through it myself personally, and I do share my story on here too. So please hit the subscribe button below. I release a video every single week, and I really will give you actionable tips and things that you can implement in your marriage. Today, I'm going to talk about what to do if your husband says that he wants a divorce, but you don't want one. So I really understand what this feels like. I remember it vividly the day that my husband asked me for a divorce, and our marriage had been going downhill for quite a while. So it didn't really come as a surprise, but it still hit me with so much fear and so much anxiety because it wasn't what I wanted. And so I'm going to talk about 3 things that you can do if your husband has asked you for a divorce. And the first thing is acceptance. And I know this doesn't feel like the first thing that you should be doing at this point, but let me tell you, a lot of my clients come to me and they have tried to beg, to plead, to force him to work on the marriage. And this never, ever works. Because if your marriage has gone to the place where one person has asked for a divorce, then there has been lots of things leading up to this place that have caused you guys to get here. And so if we don't have acceptance for where we currently are, there's absolutely no way that we can start to rebuild the relationship. So what does acceptance look like? Acceptance looks like admitting to yourself and hearing your spouse. And I'll get into that in a minute, but like really accepting, like, yeah, we're here. I don't want to be here. I don't like it that we've gotten to this place in our marriage, but here we are. And through a course of actions and a series of interactions with each other, thoughts, behaviors, and, conversations, as it were, we have gotten to a place in our marriage that one of us wants to get a divorce. So real acceptance of this situation is going to serve you very well. The next thing that you need to do here, and this is important but can be challenging to do, is to listen to your partner. And so if your husband has asked you for a divorce and you don't want one, it can be very hard to hear what they're saying. Why is it hard? Because you want to change their minds, right? You don't want to get a divorce. But if you're not able to listen to them, then you are rejecting them and making what they think irrelevant, making it wrong, and you're not really accepting, again, like back to point 1, where you are at, okay? So when I say listening to your partner, this is where you need to implement deep listening. So really hearing what they say and not defending yourself, not jumping in, not waiting for a tiny break in the conversation where you could be like, yeah, but, right? You're hearing their truth. And it's okay that what they feel is different to what you feel. But if you can be in a place and really sit with your feelings and emotions as they come up, because it's uncomfortable to hear that someone else is so unhappy in the marriage that they want to leave, because it's an actual reflection, or can feel like a reflection of us and our worth and what we've been bringing to the table, okay? But actually, it's important to remember that when your husband is asking to leave the relationship, it's more about how he feels about himself in the relationship than about you. All right, because it takes both of you to get into this situation. And so just hearing him and really giving him that space to explain to you what it is that that has happened to him, for him, right, that's making him want to leave the relationship. So listening carefully, affirming him when he says what he feels and saying, okay, I hear you, okay, I can understand why you would feel that way. Right. And even if when it comes to criticism about you, being able to also hear him and not get defensive, not yell, not scream, not shut him down. Right. All of these things that it's so easy to do when we're feeling hurt. Okay, so just to recap real quick, number one was acceptance, accepting. We are in this place. I don't like it. I don't want to be here. But our marriage has gotten to a place where someone is asking for a divorce. Number two, deep listening, being able to hear what he's saying and hold space for him to be able to share without defending yourself, without making him wrong, without screaming at him, without waiting for your time to jump in and to prove your point. Okay, and my third point, and this is really important, is if you've gotten to a place where your marriage is broken down and your spouse has asked for a divorce, you need to seek professional guidance. So finding a marriage coach, finding a couples therapist, finding someone that can help you. I recommend, and I am in the field of coaching, but I recommend coaching rather than therapy, right? Why do I recommend that? Because therapy focuses on the problems rather than solutions. Coaching will help you to find solutions to move you guys from the problem, which is the marriage crisis, to the solution, which is to rebuild the marriage. Therapy will just talk about all of the problems, which tends to keep you stuck in the cycle of the problems. So finding somebody that can help you to move from being stuck in this breakdown to giving you actionable advice, what to do to repair the marriage going forward, is really crucial for this next step. Okay, so to really quickly recap, I understand it's the hardest place to be. I've been there myself, to be in a marriage breakdown. It's absolutely awful. First thing that you need to do is, no matter how painful, how hurt, how much you're struggling with this news that you've been given that your husband wants a divorce, to accept that you are here and this is the place that you're at. Number two, listen to them. Really, really hear them. This is going to start to actually create connection and intimacy between you, which might have been sorely missing for a long time. Number three, to find professional help. If you want to reconcile your marriage, you need to find help to be able to do it, because all the problems and the behaviors and the thoughts that led you into this marriage crisis are not going to be the thoughts that lead you out. You need to find someone to tell you what to do next. And if you're interested in learning more, I would hop over to Sophie Orozco Coaching on Instagram. I have so much advice on there for how to turn your marriage around. And you can reach out to me there as well if you want to chat with me in the DMs. Have a wonderful day. I will talk to you soon.